I told you that I had a story I wanted to share.
Oh yeah.
And this is it. So I went home for Thanksgiving break, obviously. And when I was there, my Xbox 360 is there, and I haven't been on my Xbox 360 in a long time. And we were playing, me and my roommate came down with me, we were playing Black Ops 2, the classic.
Classic.
And when we were like kind of fiddling around with the menus and stuff, I saw like my emblem that I made, and I was like 15. I was like getting hit with all this nostalgia. And then I saw the COD TV thing. I'm like, oh, that's right, you can make like videos and stuff. So I immediately was like, I need to go look at my old videos, my old emblems. I want to see like what they're like. So I went in, and turns out you need an Xbox Live Gold membership to view them. But I haven't had Xbox Live Gold in, has to be like 4 years. Since I got my PlayStation 4, I haven't had an Xbox Live Gold. And I looked like on Amazon and stuff for codes for an Xbox Live Gold subscription. And they're all like 3 months. And I'm like, I'm not going to pay $10 to like look at emblems, for a nostalgic trip. But I really wanted to see them. So I Googled to see if there were any are there any 2-day or 24-hour Xbox Live trial access, stuff like that. And I found out that they exist, but they didn't sell them on Amazon. So I'm like, oh, let me check eBay.
Yeah.
See if anyone on eBay is selling them for an email code or something like that, something that's instant access. So, where's my phone? Let me look for the screenshot to send to you, because I found someone selling instant delivery 48-hour Xbox Live Gold membership, and it was the sketchiest looking image in the world. It looked so sketchy. Let me go to purchases. I gotta show it to you.
I got my phone right here.
Yeah, I have to text it to you. It's
not gonna lie, I have bought codes off of eBay before.
Oh yeah, no, this was the first time, and I saw it, and let me just, it looks like a scam. You look at it and you're like, that's a scam, 100%. And I was having kind of a shit week, so it was one of those weeks where I'm like, this might as well happen. I get scammed. It's just those weeks where you're like, sure, why not? I mean, everything else has gone wrong this week. I might as well throw this on top of it while I'm already depressed. So I just texted you.
All right, I'm waiting.
The image, and I'll put it up in the podcast so you guys can see that. So that is what I clicked on to buy. Right?
$1.79.
And that's what I was thinking. Okay, if this is a scam, $1.79, that's not a lot of money. I got scammed. I got scammed out $2. So I was like, fuck it. So I bought it and immediately got 4 emails from the same. And I'm like, this is so sketchy. So I opened one of the emails where it's most of them were tracking emails from eBay. Because since it's instant delivery, it still goes through all the cycles, order place, package on its way, package delivered. So those were 3 of the 4 emails. Were just saying that my package arrived, basically. And the 4th one was from the actual buyer, and it was something like .uk. And I'm like, I trust British people. If it was .io, no, I'm not.
Stay away from .ios.
No, the only .io I'm gonna .rs, .cn. The only time I want to see .io or .whatever is when I'm on GoGo Anime and trying to watch anime that's not on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So it's a link. They don't email me the code. They email me a link, and I'm like, it says click here to download your code. And I was on my iPad, and there's not a lot of viruses for iPads or whatever for iPad OS. So I looked at my roommate, and he looked at me, and I'm like, you know what? I get a virus, whatever. I'm so beyond caring at this point. My car was broken down. We were having issues with that. I was stuck at home. I'm just gonna click it. So I click it, and it says download file, and it was a JPEG file. I'm like, okay. It's a JPEG file. How bad could this be?
Yeah.
And the JPEG file was an image of the back of a card in 180p and the most low-res sketchy looking photo, and I'm like, there's no way this code works. I'm like, there is a 0% chance this code works, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
Yeah,
I spent $2
why wouldn't you? Yeah.
So I type it in, and it worked.
Oh,
it was a real code, and it worked, and I was able to access all my Xbox Live stuff and actually was able to play like some rounds of Black Ops online, and I could not believe that this worked. It was the sketchiest thing.
You gotta give that man 5 stars. Give him 5 stars.
Yeah. I immediately went, I'm like, I'm reviewing this. Like,
yeah.
And I look, it says like 2,000 satisfied customers.
Yeah.
Like, okay, nobody buys that many bots to scam people out of $2, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm giving them
especially
$2.
$2 is such a trivial amount.
Yeah, and it's on eBay, so it's not like I'm giving them my, you know, credit card information directly. It's just through eBay. It's through PayPal. So like they're not getting it. I'm like, all right, sure. But me and my roommate could not believe it worked.
That's so good. I thought you were gonna be like telling me like I paid $2 for viruses on my iPad. That's what I thought this was going. I was like, oh my god.
That wouldn't have been a good story, but the fact that it worked makes it such a like great story. And I had the biggest smile on my face the whole time I was playing Call of Duty Online. Just like, I cannot believe that it was like 8 different levels of sketch, and it all came together to actually work, and I was able to access everything, and I could not believe that happened. It was one of the craziest things that I've ever bought on eBay.
That's great.
Just purely based on that fact. But yeah, I was looking at all my old Call of Duty Black Ops 2 emblems, and like they had the date on when they were made. It was like 2014, 2013, and some of them were so cringe. But I knew in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, when I was 15, I thought this was the coolest shit in the world. I thought it was so clever. Like, I had one where it was like an old lady with a walker, and the walker had like guns on it, and it had the Julian Smith quote where it's like, grannies are for boning noobs.
I remember that.
I'm like, this is the most 2013 thing I have ever seen in my life, and I felt so ashamed of myself that my name was attached to that.
I'm trying to remember what I had. It's killing me. I knew it was something anime related. It had to have been.
Oh, it had to have been. I mean, my emblem on Black Ops 3 is the Tekadon symbol.
Yeah, no, I remember yours. But I can't remember mine. Oh my god.
It had to have been something like either Game Grumps related or something like weirdly YouTube related. Because this was like back in like 2014. You know what it probably was?
What?
I guarantee you it was the Stig from Top Gear. I can almost guarantee that's what it was.
I can guarantee that's at least one of them that I have.
Oh,
I can guarantee it. It's so it's funny because you look at your childhood and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that time when I was like 5 and went to Six Flags or like something like that. Like you're like easy, but when you're trying to remember like internet things, your mind is like, man, this is so hard
because it just changes so quickly. And it's also another thing, like I forget what it's called, but it's a certain effect where like the older you grow, the like shorter the years get. So you have, it's almost like you have less time to process things. Because when you were 8, that trip to Six Flags for like a day was like, or like that week you went to Six Flags.
Yeah, I've never been
like
to
that's
Six
a
Flags,
decent portion of your life.
Yeah.
Like at that time. Whereas if you go to Six Flags in your 20s, that's a tiny fraction of your life up to that point. So, but yeah, that's like a whole nother topic about the human mind.
Yeah, that's something we're not qualified to speak on at any level.
Long story short, I've been watching a lot of Vsauce videos recently.
Vsauce is great. Yeah, no, I've gotten addicted to a lot of edutainment videos lately.
Edutainment. Yeah. That is the correct word to use. But, dude, I remember playing Xbox Live all the time. Like, I remember back in, like, middle school, you, me, and our 2 other friends, I'll name them, but I'll probably censor out their names in the podcast, but...
Oh, yeah.
Like, or... And like the 4 of us would play Call of Duty, either Call of Duty or Halo Reach Forge.
Yeah, I feel like like Black Ops 2 was definitely the bigger one of those. Because I mean,
that's the only one I got like Prestige 8 on. Like I was super high level.
Oh yeah, I must have hit Prestige a few times. That's actually the only game I've ever actually been able to Prestige in.
Yeah.
So I actually know that's Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. That's like the main time I was able to play a lot and actually Prestige. Yeah, those are the good old days. I'm still like kicking myself trying to remember what my album was because it's so close. Like part of me is like, is it the Gios logo? Is it like, you know?
Nah, Gios would have been later.
Because it would have been towards the tail end. I'm trying to remember the last one I had.
Because you were really big into Code Geass like right when I started watching anime in like 2014.
That sounds right.
So that was about the right time, I guess, for a COD emblem, but I don't know. Do you remember one of my like favorite childhood things growing up was Minecraft Xbox 360 multiplayer. Like back before there were servers on console edition, where you and your friends would create a world and just build it. I remember we had so many different ones. I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember there was one time where we built like a fantasy world with different cities, and then each of us became like the lords of those cities and had like an economy system, and like basically, it was like Minecraft LARPing. You don't remember that?
I remember doing like basically like manhunt, like where you like we'd go loot and
the
kill
Hunger
each other.
Games. Yeah.
Oh, my mom's
Minecraft
calling.
Really?
I'll text her. I'm not gonna.